Okay, so let's unpack this. We've got a single source you shared, and the title is so magnetic, it pulls you right in.
It really does.
Our mission, as always, is to dig in and find those key insights. And today, I guess that means exploring the implications of just a few words.
Well, the document you brought to us is titled The Architecture of Self, a field report from the Invenity Cosmic.
The Invenity Cosmic. I mean, what does that even mean? It sounds like some kind of master index for, everything.
It suggests a blueprint,
Yeah.
a really comprehensive plan for identity. The sheer possibility in that name is what's so fascinating.
Absolutely. We were so ready to dive in to see what kind of laws govern our inner lives, but we should probably acknowledge the reality of our source material here.
Right, and this is the interesting part. While the title is incredibly compelling, the actual content file, the detailed report itself, it's currently unavailable to us. It seems to be empty.
So we have the cover, but not the book.
That's a good way to put it. It's the ultimate intellectual tease.
Okay, so since we can't give a factual summary of what the report found, we have to pivot.
Exactly. So the question becomes, what can we pull from just the idea of the architecture of self?
I actually love that because the word architecture, that immediately makes this a bigger conversation. It's not just about, personality traits.
No, not at all.
Architecture implies structure.
Mm-hmm.
It implies design. And more importantly, a foundation. It asks you to see your identity not as just a feeling, but as a deliberate construction.
And if you think about it that way, it suggests the pieces of your life aren't just accidental, they're materials.
Materials.
Yeah, an architect needs specific materials for specific jobs. You have load-bearing walls, you have planned ventilation, you have facades for aesthetics.
So applied to the self, that would be your core values,
Yeah.
your daily routines. Those are your structural supports.
They are. They're the things that have to bear the load when stress and change come along.
But wait a second. Architecture feels permanent. Buildings stand still. But our identities are always shifting. People change careers. Relationships evolve.
That's a great point. But a good structure isn't really static, is it? It needs constant maintenance. It needs repair. And sometimes, yes, remodeling.
Ah, so you're not demolishing the whole building.
Exactly. When you pivot your career, you're not collapsing your identity. You're doing a controlled demolition of one wing to build a stronger extension.
So the framework forces you to be accountable. Are you actually maintaining yourself, or are you just letting the foundation crack?
That's the core of it.
That reframes stress completely. We always focus on the emotional part of a big life change, but this architectural lens makes you look at structural integrity.
Right. Are your current habits, the literal beams and concrete, are they strong enough for what you're trying to build next?
The Invenity Cosmic probably laid out all those universal principles, but even without it, we can start asking ourselves, what are the weakest parts of my structure right now?
And that intentionality is everything. The title itself tells you the self is not an accident, it's a design project. And you're the chief architect.
Which moves you from being a passive resident to an active builder.
And the only way to effectively remodel is to start with the floor plan, those foundational routines and values you practice every single day.
So even without the report, the title alone gives us this powerful new lens, a way to analyze our own structure and demand more from our habits. I'd still say try to track down the full content because that title promises some major insights.
And as you think about this framework, the intentional architecture of your identity, I'll leave you with one final question.
Okay.
If your self is a structure, what's its cornerstone? Not the prettiest part, but the single essential load-bearing belief that if you removed it would cause everything else to crumble.
A great question to anchor that perspective. Thank you for bringing such a thought-provoking topic to the table. We really appreciate it.